Hi guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a cool limited edition IWC. This is the IWC Pilot's Watch Mark 18 limited edition for Laureus Sport for Good Foundation. Now right away I'd like to let you know we will be leaving links in the description if you'd like to learn more about this piece or inquire about purchasing it, but now let's move down to the table and get into the review. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the IWC Pilot's Watch Mark 18 Laureus Sport for Good Foundation Limited Edition. So, if you're not familiar with the Laureus Sport for Good Foundation, they're a foundation that IWC is sponsored with different watch editions in the past, and they just kind of promote sporting around the world, and they help impoverished communities out. So, but moving back to this watch, so the main thing that they changed on this is the ceramic case. Now, the ceramic that is on this watch is probably the best I've seen. I mean, it just looks absolutely spectacular. You can see the polishing done on it is great. It's just one of the, it's kind of hard to describe what it looks like. It just looks fantastic. It's black, but it also has some kind of grayish or even silvery tones also in there if you get it in the right light. And I just love the look of it. It's for sure probably the best quality ceramic I have ever seen on a watch. But, so now let's move on to the dial and movement. So the dial of this piece, there's really nothing different from the normal pilot's watch on this. And by the way, the case is 41 millimeters. I forgot to mention that earlier. But the dial, again, there's not really much different with it. I love how they put a black date wheel on the blue dial. A lot of people still put white date wheels on them, and it just does not match at all, especially if you have black hands. So I really love how they did that in the bright white font. But apart from that, the dial really isn't much different. It looks fantastic. It's a sunray dial, and it just glistens in the light perfectly. I love how they chose blue because it complements the dark ceramic very, very nicely. But now let's move on to the movement. So the movement in this piece, it has a 42-hour power reserve, and it's a generic-based movement. But what IWC does is they take other companies' movements, and then they'll finish them up to very high-quality specs. And, I mean, that can help bring the price down, but it'd be nice to see an in-house movement, especially on a special limited edition like this. I think they would have wanted to maybe change it up a little bit. But now let's move on to a wrist shot. So, moving on to a wrist shot of this piece, it's very, very comfortable, and it's got a nice pin buckle titanium clasp. Again, I wish they would have put a deployant on here, especially since it's a limited edition, because IWC makes a very, very nice deployant clasp. But pin buckles are always fine, nothing to complain about. And the pin buckle is titanium, just so you know. But on the wrist, it's great. It really wears exactly like the other regular pilot's watches, non-limited editions. The only advantage you get is with the ceramic, it will basically never scratch. Now, there is a risk of chipping it if you drop it or hit it on something, but you will never really have to worry about scratches. So, I mean, if you're doing hard work, yeah, I'd be a little worried and make sure I wouldn't necessarily want to wear ceramic just because you might chip it on something, but in daily life, it'll be perfect because scratches are a lot more common than I'd say hard impacts, so this would be great as more of a daily kind of watch just because you won't have to worry about that scratch aspect. But the strap is also extremely comfortable because it's actually, I'd say, the best rubber strap I've ever seen. The rubber on top is very, very comfortable, and they give it kind of a fabric pattern, which I like, just adding some cool texturing. But then what's actually cool is on the bottom here, take it off quick. On the bottom here, you can see it's actually leather, so you're never going to get the stickiness or anything of the rubber on your wrist. You're going to have nice smooth leather on the bottom, but you also have the nice high-quality rubber and look of rubber on the top, which I really, really like. I've never seen a rubber strap like this before where it uses leather and rubber, and I really, really like how they did it. And the fit and finish on it is absolutely perfect. So, overall, this is available here at JB Hudson Jewelers. They lent us this piece for a review for a price of $5,650. And being that this is a limited edition, I believe it's to 1,500 pieces, so they didn't necessarily make that many of them. And it's for a good cause because it's supporting a charity. So I think that this is actually pretty good value. I mean, you're getting a very high-quality ceramic case. So, and also the look, I mean, is just fantastic. Love the blue dial on this piece. So I think that's pretty good value for money, as you're helping out a foundation, and you're getting a very, very cool ceramic watch. But also, before I end this video, I'd like to mention we will be leaving links in the description if you would like to learn more about this piece or inquire about purchasing it. But thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.